love, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Pauline, and on this channel I talk about locks, beauty, and wellness. So last week I talked about pregnancy in locks and the effects that pregnancy has on your locks and so forth. So if you have not seen that video, when you're done seeing this, go ahead and click on that video and watch it. But today we are talking about locks and postpartum. So yes, so when you're pregnant, you're enjoying that nice glow. I don't know about y'all, but for some people, you experience hair growth, thick hair. And for me, I know at least for me, I experienced that glowing skin. Baby, I was glowing and I was loving it. I enjoyed all my pregnancies, so it was a great experience for me. I know it's not the same for everybody, but for some of you guys, you are enjoying that, you know, their hair growth and all that other stuff, right? Then bam! You drop the baby. You have the baby, okay? And you're excited. Your bundle of joy is here and you're just happy to have your new bundle of joy, okay? And then here comes postpartum shedding, or postpartum alopecia, postpartum shedding, same. But yeah, here comes postpartum alopecia, trying to wreck your joy, trying to wreck your happiness, okay? So some people may or may not experience this. Not everybody experiences it, right? But some people do experience postpartum shedding, and it could be detrimental, you know, because you're enjoying, for some of you guys, some people had a rough pregnancy. And then you have your baby, and then now you got to deal with body image, hair falling out, and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to give you more information about postpartum shedding so you know what to expect. And if you are going through this, know what to expect going forward and so forth, okay? So postpartum shedding is just temporary hair loss at the end of your pregnancy. Okay, so some people will experience it anywhere. It starts anywhere from 3 to 6 months where you will start experiencing the postpartum shedding. So if you just had a baby a month ago, you're like, girl, I'm good because I'm not shedding. Don't get too happy yet. Just wait till about 6 months, okay? If you have not experienced any shedding by 6 months, you're not going to really experience any shedding through the end of your postpartum period. So like I said, not everyone goes through postpartum shedding. Now, if you are not locked, if you are a loose natural and you wear lots of braids, you wear lots of wigs and different things like that, you may be going through postpartum shedding and not notice it because if your hair is in braids, you're not noticing the hair fall because it's in braids. But when you take them braids out, you're like, oh my God, just, you know, it shedded a lot, and you did not correlate the whole shedding with the postpartum. For me, my postpartum shedding was just my hairline thinning. I have another client where for her postpartum shedding, she lost like 10 locks on each side. So in total, she lost like 20 locks around her hairline. I've also seen where other clients lose hair and lose locks in patches, where it's like in the back or in the crown. So for some people, the lock will fall out. Yeah, the lock will break off, or the lock will thin out. So you will see. So sometimes I have a client, since she's been with me, she's had 2 babies. So you see a nice healthy strand of lock, and then like a few months after having the baby, her hair started thinning, and then her hair just thinned in the crown area. Her edges stayed intact, so it just thinned in the crown area. So it thinned in the crown area, right? And then a year later, the thinning stopped, and her hair started growing back naturally. So I think 2 or 3 years later, she had another baby, and so you see nice, thick, healthy lock, and then it thinned out. And then nice, thick, healthy lock, and then it thinned out. And then nice, thick, healthy lock. So I'm like, oh, this is when you had baby Jonathan, and this is when you had baby Isaac. So your hair tells your story. If you did not know, your hair tells a story, and it tells, you know, what your body goes through. So That's just what some people experience with their postpartum shedding. So because it is temporary hair loss, postpartum shedding starts anywhere from 3 to 6 months of after you give birth, and it ends anywhere from nine months to a year. So I say, give it about a year for your hair to go back to normal if you are experiencing postpartum shedding. Okay, so anywhere from 3 to 9 months is when you're going to see the most of the impact. And then once your baby turns a year, your body starts to get back to normal. Your estrogen levels start to balance itself. Your hair is leaving that resting phase, and it is starting to flourish again. Okay, so that is typically what you can expect with postpartum shedding. Like I said, it doesn't happen to everybody, but for those that it happens to, you're either thinning, your hair is either thinning, so you will see thinning, or you will see thinning that causes breakage. Some people hair thin but not get to the point of breakage, and some people hair thin and get to the point of breakage. So it varies for each person because it depends on your hormones, your body level, and all that other stuff. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to help with that, okay? Here's the hardest part for me when it comes to postpartum shedding or just body image issues in general. Even if you have your baby, even if you get pregnant, and if that pregnancy was unsuccessful, some people still go through the traumatic experience of hair loss and all the other things that your body changes causes with the hair. So, and I know it's hard. It is hard. I know for me, my experience, I've had 3 pregnancies. My first pregnancy was in 2015. And then right before I entered my second trimester, I had a miscarriage. And it was very hard at the time because, okay, I'm not expecting this. Sorry, y'all. I didn't expect to get emotional, but okay, I'm gonna try to pull myself together. But I remember in 2015 trying to get pregnant, and it took forever. To me, it felt like it took forever. So spring and summer of 2015, we started trying to get pregnant, and it took a while. And I'm like, my family is fertile myrtle, so I don't know why I'm not getting pregnant when I'm ready to have a baby. That's what I was thinking, because my family be dropping babies, okay? So I thought when I'm ready, I'm gonna be dropping babies too, but that wasn't quite the case. So after spring and summer and fall of trying to get pregnant in 2015, I was just like, okay, let me just give this thing a break. And then towards the end of fall, I had a yearly appointment, and ended up finding out that I was pregnant. And I was shocked, but at the same time excited, because I've been trying. And then when I decided to stop and not even think about it, that's when I got pregnant. So I was very excited. I did the whole reveal to my husband with the whole bun in the oven thing, the cute stuff. And then I told my sisters I was really excited, but I didn't tell my mom because I wanted to surprise her. And most of you guys know I'm in Georgia, and my family is in Florida. So I decided I'm going to book a plane ticket MLK weekend and go home and surprise my mom with this pregnancy and all this other stuff, right? Y'all, I kid y'all not. MLK weekend of 2016, my that Friday, January 15th, I was not feeling 100, and I was doing hair at the time, and I was at home, and I'm like, yeah, something's going on. Something is going on. And then I remember wrapping it up with the client, and then I went to the bathroom, and I was spotting bright red. When that happened, I knew, oh, okay, I'm having a miscarriage. I knew that automatically. So even before I checked, I knew. And at that time, my husband was out of town for work. So it was just me at home. And the next day, I'm getting ready to fly out to Miami to go surprise my mom with this pregnancy. And so I was like, okay, well, this flight is tomorrow, and clearly, you know, this is not going well. I'm like, let me just go to bed and just go home anyways and, you know, go about my business. So that night, like 11 o'clock at night, I tried sleeping. I could not sleep. The pain. Oh my God, y'all, I was in so much pain, and I was praying to God. I was like, God, I don't know what's going on, but if I'm not going to have, if I'm not going to keep this baby, please don't allow me to be in pain physically and then having to deal with the pain of losing a baby too. So I was like, just take the pain away, take the pain away. At this point, I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I'm exhausted because I've been up, and so I can't sleep. I'm just in pain. And it's so, I'm laughing now because I just realized at 1:47 a.m., I don't talk about this much because I get emotional about it. Okay, this is not going as planned. Okay, yeah, I'm all over the place because I just realized I miscarried at 1:47, or it was like around 1:47 a.m., January 16, 2016, right? And I remember when I went to go use the, and I'm giving y'all that time frame because I'm gonna get back to it, but I remember having to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and the sac passed. And immediately when the sac passed, the pain stopped completely. There was no pain whatsoever. I literally felt like I had a baby, which after having 2 additional pregnancies and having my babies, I was like, yeah, I was literally in labor. Okay, so I had the sac pass. It was like 1:47 around that time, and I went to sleep. And of course, the next morning I had an early a.m. flight, so I had to get ready, go to the airport. I done had a miscarriage. My body is out of whack. Emotionally, physically, I'm not there. I just felt numb. Okay. So I went to the airport. I'm sure people were looking at me like I was crazy at the airport because I was looking horrid, okay? I was like, whoo, child, you looking terrible. And then I got to the airport. Sorry to make this all long, but I got to the airport. And this is one of the reasons why I don't fool around with Spirit anymore, Spirit Airlines. But I got to the airport, went through security, got there, flight delayed, okay. I'm at the airport sitting down, like rocking, and I wasn't well, okay? Because literally in less than 6 hours ago, I lost my baby. So physically, my body is still recuperating. So I'm sitting there, flight kept getting delayed, flight kept getting delayed. So, and then finally they're like, sorry, flight has been canceled and so forth. Oh, I just grabbed my bags, went home, laid in the bed and went to sleep. And I watched TV and ate ice cream that entire day. So at that point I was like, I'm so done with Spirit because they just doing too much. And I was just going through a lot. I didn't have time. I called them like 2 days later. I was like, yeah, you guys canceled this flight. I need my money back. And they gave me my money back. But it was just a horrible experience. I shared 1:47 a.m. because with my second pregnancy, I got pregnant somewhere in January of 2017. So I think around the time I lost my baby, my first pregnancy, so I think around the time I lost my first baby is around the time I conceived again. And I ended up having my son October 16th, 2017 at 1:47 p.m. So that's why I got emotional in the beginning, because I realized, oh crap, it was around. Yes, and then third pregnancy, I had my daughter in 2019. So needless to say, I'm done having kids, because oh Lord, all the extra stuff that comes with pregnancy and baby and all this other stuff can be a bit much, and you literally have to be emotionally, physically. I don't even know if you'll ever be emotionally, physically ready for what could or may happen. So, but that's why I shared that number. So, like I said, not everyone will experience this, but I just shared to say that it sucked. Even if you don't fully go through with the whole pregnancy, you don't even get to, have your baby, you're still reminded of what you lost because of your hair and other things that's going on. So if you're going through this, please find somebody to talk to. I didn't expect to get all caught up in all of this, but anywho, I just want to encourage you, find someone to talk to. Unfortunately for me, that weekend, I ended up spending the weekend alone because, like I said, my husband was out of town for work, and he ended up calling his mother and telling his mother that what happened. And she came immediately to the house. She brought whatever, and she just took care of me that day. And so grateful for my mother-in-law. She's like amazing. And she came and took care of me that day. But don't go through it alone. Find someone to talk to. Find somebody, okay? Talk to someone and make sure that you get the help that you need. And you won't ever forget what you lost, but you'll be able to find a way to move forward. So, yes. All right, postpartum shedding, okay. Y'all done got me all over the place, oh Lord. Okay, postpartum shedding. Okay, so now that we've talked about what you can expect with postpartum shedding, whether you have your baby or not, let's talk about what you can do to help minimize the shedding, okay? So here are a couple of tips to help with postpartum shedding. One is something that someone told me and I definitely held on to, and maybe that's why my hair just thinned out instead of my locks breaking off. I kept on taking my prenatals. So even after I had my baby, I took my prenatals for about a year. And that really helps with the hair shedding. So you want to take, prenatals, continue to take your prenatals, or take vitamins that are heavy, that are high in vitamin A, C, D, and E, and zinc and biotin. All of that will help with minimizing the hair loss during the time. So you will still have hair loss, but it won't be as drastic. You won't be losing patches of hair, I hope, or losing a whole bunch of locks. So definitely consider continuing your prenatals or taking vitamins with those things in it to help minimize the shedding. Also, if you are a loose natural and you're considering locking your hair, if you are pregnant, I will say wait until your baby turns a year to lock your hair. If you just had a baby and you're considering locking your hair, wait until your baby is about a year before you lock your hair, because you don't want to lock and then having to go through all of that. If you are a candidate for, the postpartum shedding, you don't want to lock and then having to go through all of that. And then in the beginning, a lot of people struggle with the Nu Loxx journey. So you don't want the struggles of having Nu Loxx compiled with struggle of postpartum shedding to discourage you on your lock journey. Okay, so you don't want to compound on those emotions that some people experience in their Nu Loxx journey. So consider waiting before locking your hair so you don't have to deal with that. So that's a tip that I have for you. Y'all, thank you for bearing with me with this video. I did not expect it to be like that. I did not expect it to be all emotional. So sorry that it was not just straight information, or I don't know. So next video will be about baby in locks. So definitely look forward to that. I want to give you guys tips on how to move forward with your locks. But anywho, yes, so I hope you've enjoyed this content. I hope you have clarity on what to expect after you've given birth, and what to expect with your hair, and the things that you can do to help with all of that, okay? So thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.